And we're live!
Hey, welcome. Wait a second. I think I'm. Hold on. Hold on. Much better.
So much better.
So
I'll cure
much
it.
better.
Oh.
Welcome back. Welcome back. The pod is back. We're back. It's 2025. Josh has not won another championship. Thank God. And we are ready to start the season. Justin, it's been forever. And it's been
Yes.
so nice staying at your house the last couple of days. How are you doing?
Dude, I'm doing great. It's great to have you. You know, it's been a ton of fun. We have been redoing the flooring of my stairs. It's been super helpful with that. Just shooting the breeze. But we're excited for fantasy. And, well, we're back.
We're
back.
so back. We're so back to the point that I am actively trying to rope managers into this phone call right now. And if we see one, you know who you are. I love you. Whether okay, next time.
We're trying, folks.
We're trying. But it's a little last minute. We might have some surprises for you later on. But I'm excited to talk about the upcoming season, the changes. There's been a lot of changes in the league. Not really rule changes, but changes nonetheless, and tons to talk about. So let's just dive in. Let's dive right into the new stuff. And I think the first thing we should talk about, and it's kind of fitting because we're sitting across the table from one another, is rivalry week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, rivalry week. It's a Justin born and bred idea. Most of the good league ideas in the league are. And I think it'll be fun. I think if we can kind of connect them as much as we can into a single week, really up the smack talk, up the amount of engagement,
intensity, the fun.
Yeah. Santos, I love you. You're texting me right now. I'm texting you. We'll get you next time. He has people over, but he's saying I could have done tomorrow. Anyway, rivalry week's gonna be great. I will, spoiler alert, Justin will be my rival.
The Commish Bowl, man.
It's the Commish Bowl.
The only two people in the league who have been commissioners of this league.
Yeah. And I feel like my win rate against you is like 50-50.
I feel like it's more than that. I feel like we always play early in the season, and I've always lost to you early in the season.
I mean, if we can recreate that, that'd be great. But every week I play against you, I'm like, come on, man. Like, there's some teams that I don't mind playing week in and week out, Jacob, that I would love to play over and over again. Brand, rest in peace. And Justin is not one of them. And so I will be shouting him out, but we're excited to hear from you guys as to who your rivals are. So anything else to talk about that?
Well, some of the rivalries we're just imposing, like the Josh Bowl.
Josh Bowl's got to happen.
It has to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Who will be the number one Josh? We've already decided the order of the Kobayashis. That was set a long time ago. But the order of Joshes, Josh number one, Josh number two, who gets to go by their last name? Maybe we find out.
Yeah, let's see.
During that bowl.
That would be kind of confusing if we say Kobayashi, because they could live for the 4 people. So
there's 4 people now.
Which?
Well, yeah. Hey, we'll get there. Spoilers. I think another good rivalry bowl is the Old Man Bowl, and of course, we're talking about Ken and Guy as the resident old men. I think you guys need to be duking it out. Ken right now has a little bit of an edge. He did just win a chip, and I haven't really seen a Guy team past week 8, so maybe we can get to the game before we can have a good game. That's all I'm saying. So that's another good one. At this point with the 4 Kobayashis, there's got to be some level of brotherly rivalry in there.
Maybe there's going to be multiple rivalries.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I will say that I probably would have named Noah, rest in peace, as my other rival. So I will miss every year. Noah and I had a running bet on whoever won our matchup would get to name the others for a week. And so hopefully I can find someone else to do that with. But I think this will be fun. So, rivalry week. Get excited. Be ready. Call them out of the draft. Be ready to say, I pick you, you're my rival. All right, next up, the trophy. This is something we have talked about a long time. Overdue. Probably a dropping the ball on my end. I feel like I brought it even before the league before. Like, hey, we should do it. And then we don't do it. But we're doing it this year. As of the timing of this recording, which is 2 days before ADP, we haven't really looked at trophies yet, but we will. Don't worry. We will come to the draft prepared. And as we're talking about it, I know I would love, like, a trophy. We're gonna make sure that all previous names are on there. But I think like the most like party store gimmicky thing we can find is how I kind of view a fantasy football
I think you
trophy.
told me that we were just gonna do like pieces of tape.
Pieces of tape right in. I think like as jank as we can get it, because like this game we play is more of a labor of love. It's not really like the fanciest thing. We'll have other options. That is one, but we'll have other options. I know, Justin, you brought up maybe like a championship belt that very similarly.
Yeah.
It could be cool. But we'll have some options for you. But I'm excited. What are you excited about in terms of the drip?
Well, I think the fact that we just have one.
Yeah.
As someone who's won 3 championships,
okay, all right.
I'd like something to,
hold on to.
Yeah,
I suppose. I guess we are jipping Ken out a little bit. He'll hold it for like 10 seconds. Like he'll hold it at, I guess this season, and then bye-bye, right, when a new championship or champion gets picked. But yeah, I'm excited about the trip. I think it's gonna be a cool thing, and we'll organize getting it to people. We have some members that are kind of everywhere. Mark and JT are in Maryland. Although JT's not very far, Mark's a little farther. And I think actually that's kind of it. Most of us are pretty close. I mean, you're down here in North Carolina, but we'll find a way to pass the trophy. That's exciting. All right, last place punishment. I think overdue for a little update. I think that we hold on to what we have.
Oh yes.
We just expand upon it.
Yeah.
And again, at the time of this recording, I have not heard a suggestion from anyone. No one has sent, "Hey, Luke."
And if everybody wants to say the same, that's fine.
Yes.
But I do think, I think it would be nice to,
Yes, absolutely.
We could use some updating, potentially.
I think so. The more humiliating, the better. So yeah, hopefully we get some more ideas. I kind of postulated some in our welcome primer, things that could happen maybe during the draft. I know that of a league that the league loser drafts in a sopping wet sweater. Like they drench a sweater, then they have to draft like that the whole time. Like that's the punishment. Not saying we do that, but something along the lines of like kind of humiliating, dressing them in a costume or something, or having to sing your picks in sing song. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I think there needs to be a little more punishment for getting in last. Jacob, it can't happen. All right. All right. But yeah, so email, please reach out if you have an idea. I don't care how goofy it is. We'll put it to league vote. We'll figure it out. Okay. Speaking of additions, we do have 2 new managers, which is a lot for the league. I think that's the most we've ever had. Normally it's 2. Typically we try to roll 1 in. One we kind of saw coming, in the form of Bryn. I know. I don't think I'm alone, Justin, and his focus maybe wasn't all the way there at all times here.
Yeah. I mean, you can't in this league. You can't not be setting your top lineup. That
right.
just
So not that I kicked him out, but I did ask, hey, I got to see a little more, and he said, "Nah, I think it's too much." Which respect, he's got a lot going on. He's actually working on the set of The Chosen, which is very cool.
Whoa.
So good for Bryn, and we miss you. We love you. I will never forget you taking Justin Tucker in the 3rd round and still putting up Mongo points. So wild. He did say
kicker supremacy. He created the kicker supremacy.
It's true. I would not have drafted Brandon Aubrey in the 9th last year if not for Bryn. 100%. 100%. And I think it was a good pick. Like I stand by it. And he did say that one of the reasons he is retired from the league is Justin Tucker is also retired from the league, so he can't go on without his GOAT. And I get it.
Respect.
Yeah. So we will miss you. The other one was a little bit of a surprise. Justin had more of a hankering or knowledge than I did. Literally, he said, "You should check in on Noah. I think he might be out." And I said, "No way. It's fantasy football. It's the league." And sure enough, Noah is setting sail for at least some time. He said he will always love the league. We might even get him on here for a pod or 2. But too much in life going on. He really respects the league too much to not give it his all. And so commend him for that. Pour one out. Yeah. So yeah, we will miss you. This is Isla's Cup. We were playing pretend earlier. I don't know what was in here, but nothing now. We poured it out for now. But we do have two exciting fresh meat managers coming aboard. We have the fourth Kobayashi finally. Speaking of overdue, how have we not had this happen before now? But Ben Kobayashi is coming online. He's going to be making a run at number one Kobayashi. Time will tell. Time will tell. They are a talented bunch. But can you give us just a little insight? You had some things to share about Ben's interest in football. And I know we will have him on to introduce, but go ahead and hit me with some of the stuff you've been telling me about.
Well, I think in his words, he was so into fantasy football that it was to an unhealthy level, which is exactly what we put for in this
league. Yeah, he goes to sleep. He goes to sleep and he's got Red Zone playing under his eyelids. He's very excited. I called him up. He's very thrilled, and I do think he's going to be a great addition. If for just the minimum, I can make more Kobayashi ranking jokes. That's all I really want out of it. It's a bonus that he might be a good manager, but I want to create chaos. Okay, I want hierarchy to create chaos. A competitive bunch. So very excited about Ben. And then JT is our other manager coming in for Noah's team. Really excited to have him on board. He's one of my best friends. He's a fellow coach. We met through coaching and through work. Phenomenal. I kind of wrote a little blurb about him, and again, we'll have him on as well. But I've gotten the opportunity to play fantasy football with him for a couple seasons, and so I know the caliber. He's very engaged. He's very on top of his waivers, his manager, or his lineup. He's always trying to make a deal. I kind of related this to the Kessner. I think Kessner has been maybe our most successful, one-stop shop. Here's a new manager. Guy also very similarly, just fit right in. And to me, JT is going to be another one of those guys. I'm really excited for you guys to know him and for us to kind of move forward together. So there you go. That's the new stuff. A lot of new stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of new
stuff. So I think we talked a little bit about new stuff enough. Let's dive into the league and let's talk about team storyline. Team storylines. How would you describe what we're about to do?
Well, I think it's good. It's been a little while. We've been, everybody's been in fantasy, so I think it's good to have a refresher, where everybody's at, and the storyline for each manager.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go reverse order. If we get to a new manager,
finish order.
Yeah. If we get to a new manager, we've already kind of talked about them, so we'll probably kind of skim over. I don't think we have to talk about Noah and Brain coming into this league or season. But let's dive right in. And finishing at 12th for the second time, the only person in recent memory to finish 12th 2 times in a very short time. It's Jacob. Like I said, Jacob's got to stop. I'm saying it joking, but you can't be enjoying this, right? You can't be liking 12th place. I know your team name was I like 12th, but come on, we chose that for you. Yeah, Justin, give us some. How can Jacob get out of this?
I think we've all remarked that Jacob's improvement in his managerial skills. So I think it's inevitable. I don't think he'll be 12th. I certainly wouldn't bet on him being 12th again. So I think Jacob's got to keep doing what he's doing, just keep working at it, and there's 2 new managers coming in, so
yeah,
sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. I agree, and I think that we were talking about a pre-pod. I don't think there's a guy that I know who works harder to still I know Jacob is making active decisions about lineups, trying to make the right trades. He is so involved that it has to be frustrating to end up the way he has because he's playing the game. We've only asked him to play the game, and he's playing it as hard as he can.
He has had a good amount of injuries, I feel like, in recent memory. So
yeah, or just
injury luck just turns around. I think it'll
bad luck. Like last year, Tyreek Hill didn't get hurt, but Tua did. So his team got sick. Things like that. So yeah, absolutely. The sky's the limit, and you can only go up. There is no 13th place.
Yeah, true.
We have not instituted relegation yet. Okay, moving on. Dwayne, if you ever listen to this, I know you what you want. All right. In 11th, It's Santos. Jake, Justin, take us away on this one.
Well, Santos was the one tanker last year. I can't remember what the tank doctor said about his tank job.
What was the tank doctor's description? I forget. Oh.
But the big question is, will it yield results? You tank one year, you're going for next year. Got to deliver now. So that's the big question. Can Santos deliver on the tank? That's been hard. I don't think anybody has ever. If we classify delivering on the tank as delivering a championship,
or even performing well in playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that's happened.
Yeah,
I don't think that there's been a contender that we were like, yo, the tank worked.
Yeah,
like they're primed to win the championship.
Yeah, I remember. I think the best tank job we've seen recently is Kessner.
Yes, 100%.
Assembled a super team the next year, and then kind of just drizzle out the playoff.
Well, yeah, I think if I remember correctly, and Kessner, I know you're listening, and you can hit us up in the comments or whatever, or text me later, and I'll include it in the next pod. If I remember correctly, yeah, he made playoffs, but it was like the 6th seed and then lost the first. And I remember us talking about there was an element of there were so many talented names on that roster that it was hard to move. We felt it would be hard to move on from them or make moves because you had so much sunk cost fallacy in this super team that then accomplished very little.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, will Santos be able to capitalize? He doesn't have as a good setup as Kessner did. Kessner, if I recall, had several 2nd and 3rd round picks, had crazy good keepers. Santos just has some pick upside. But yeah, will it happen? Will it ever happen? Will it ever happen?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Guys, hoping it will for someone. Number 10. Number 10 is Bryn. I'm shocked he didn't get 12. I don't know how that didn't happen.
Well, I remember that we were texting, and at one point, Bryn was averaging just over 75 points per week. Which I think the lowest mark is Cody at 74.8 or something. I can't remember. Don't quote me on the numbers, but it's it was the text was something along the lines of Bryn is almost at a historic low point pace.
But he somehow squeezed out 10th place, and he kissed Ben on the cheek and said, "I'm not sinking you entirely." And so Ben gets to start his season with a 10th place spot, not missing a lot of draft capital, which is really good. He has some additions in draft capital, which is also very good.
Yeah, so he's net positive.
He's net positive in draft capital.
Well, that's good.
He has an additional 7th, an additional 13th, doesn't have a 15th, doesn't have 11th. And he has some opportunity for interesting keepers, nothing crazy, but he how his season ended out, he can use the keeper bonus. So there are now some interesting moves that could be had if he wants. We don't know what Ben will do, but taking over a team that isn't totally burnt out is always a plus. And so we'll see.
Yeah,
see what happens here. Okay, I've been making fun of him enough. I know I'm going to get an angry text later. Guy here at night, guys at night, and I wrote down his storyline. How early do we see the implosion? When do we decide that the team is bad and we ship them to Timbuktu? I'm just joking, guy. Don't be mad at me. This is for comedy's sake. But also, I really want to see what happens when you have a squad past week 9. I feel like every year you draft so good, and then a dude gets hurt, and another guy gets suspended, and that's it. The season's over. Where it's I think the team's still good. You are such a good manager. But those picks. No, I don't think he take really that hard last year.
Is he take positive?
I think he is. I think I'm just making fun to make fun. Love Thy Neighbors. He's got
all comedy is rooted in.
He's got all of his top picks. Nothing special. So yeah, he didn't really sell. I'm just joking. But finishing 9th, guy is an exceptional manager. Always on his trade value. Always on it on the draft. And I'm kind of actually shocked, more or less, that we haven't seen him be more successful in playoffs because he is such a good manager. He's so on top of it. And so this is similar to a lot of these bottom end teams that we talked about this year. This guy's winning. I think that you can't ever count a guy out. I don't really particularly want him in my division because he's such a good manager, and I know he's going to be a problem.
I mean, Bucky Irving and Jaden Daniels, very good keepers. Yeah.
Jaden is super late, right?
Jaden is probably, if he uses keeper bonus on him, he would be in the 6th. Otherwise, he's in the 5th.
That's so good. Yeah, and Bucky's better.
Bucky he drafted him in the 10th round last year. So.
That's so strong. That's so good. Strong. So finally get to see what Guy can do. Again, he hasn't locked these up. We're projecting those to be his keepers. That's what we would
likely.
All right. Good luck, Guy. Moving on. At number 8. Talked about him a lot. It's Keston. Keston, take it.
I mean, it's this year for sure, right?
This year for sure! Yeah.
Look, Kester's excited, man.
Yeah.
He's excited.
I'll give this little peel behind the curtain. I texted all of you individually saying, hey, you excited for the league, yada, yada. Kester's response was, I am ready to draft tomorrow. That was his response. The man's been mocking since February, okay? Like, he doesn't take any time off. He's excited about the new keeper rules. He's excited about being able to maximize.
We should talk about those new keeper rules.
Let's do that, because I don't actually, and let's pull up his team while we pull up that rule, because he said he's excited about the new keeper rule. I don't know where he's going to use it. I'm sure that there are multiple really good spots for him. I just don't, I haven't deep dived his team. But let's talk about the new rule. Justin, you have it pulled up?
Yeah, I do. So the big change was that the keeper bonus, before you had 2 options. You could either keep one player, you can keep 2 players, keep 1 player, 1 round before 1 round higher than where you drafted them to your pre. And then the other option was you could keep a player at 80. You could keep 2 players, but you could also keep players at 80p. Now you don't. There's not 2 options. You just get both. So if you decide, you can number 1, you can keep 2 players regardless, and then you can also keep a player, 1 round earlier than what you drafted them previous. And then you can also keep players at ADP. So the keeper bonus that's a pretty big buff in my opinion. I know Luke and I were talking about this. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how everybody views it. I think it's going to adjust the trade market, because now with the keeper bonus being stronger, the tank jobs the tank jobs might go out of business. I don't know. Probably not, but there may be less need for tanking if people really wanted to use it.
Yes. Looking at Kester's team, there are some options. None of them stand out to me, but that doesn't mean there are bad options. I'm not as 5-head as him, so he clearly has a plan, and it's maybe not coming together to me. But he's excited to use the bonus, and there are a lot of teams that are available to use it. We've already talked about Ben. I can use the keeper bonus this year. Guy can use the keeper bonus this year. I think Jacob might be able to. Let me confirm. Which is exciting.
Which again, just a reminder that in order for you to be eligible, number 1, you can't have made playoff last year, and number 2, you can't have traded for or away your 1st through 6th pick.
So Jacob is a spare 4, so he can't. But the other guys mentioned can. Ben, myself, Guy, and Kester all can, which is really exciting. Very exciting to see kind of how that impacts. So yeah, Kester always drafts very well. He's always very prepared. This will be the first year in 3 years we will see him without, unless he drafts him again, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Kenneth Walker. Both have been kept 2 times.
Kenneth Walker twice.
Twice. I just looked. Okay. So they'll be back in the pool, which is cool. One of us will get the opportunity to have Amon-Ra St. Brown, PPR GOAT, and I guess if you want Kenneth Walker now, I don't know. I'm not excited about it, but hey, he's a starting running back.
Upside.
And so we'll see Kester kind of reborn, utilizing the new rule, and obviously bring so exciting. The Constellation Championship on the air. Josh Kessler. We did make a championship. They won a couple years ago. Anyway, speaking of championships, oh, good God.
It's Luke. Will the drought end? How long has it been, Luke? How long has it been?
It's been 10. Okay. It's been 10 years. I've made it to the finals several times since then. Haven't been able to get over the hump. It's brutal. It's brutal. I will say, winning the Constellation Championship last year was cathartic. You know, it
was a consolation.
It was a consolation, but it felt good to win something finally. I feel like, you know, not to be super prideful, I'm not a bad manager, and I don't know how I've failed to do this. So I'm in a good spot.
Mm-hmm.
I can activate the keeper bonus. I have a fantastic keeper to keep it on.
You have all your picks?
I have all my picks. I have Brian Thomas Jr. that can keep in the 6th round, which is Insano style. I am excited. I'm excited. I have already some fire babies in the oven. I have got coals in the fire. I've got trades maybe happening. Haven't pulled the trigger on anything.
Because you can't pull the trigger on it.
Well, yeah, you know. What a collusion or what a tampering, right? Anyway, tampering really. But I do have some coals on fire because I want to get wild with it.
We have no tampering rules. So.
I do get to choose where I draft from first, so I think I'm going to try to leverage that as best as I can, and do something maybe no one else has done before. So we'll see, TBD. But I really hope it ends. Can we please, like, guys? I put so much work in the league. I take so much time out of my life. Can we just give me one? Can I just have one? Can I just have this one?
No.
Please! All right. Moving on. It's your brother Josh. Josh ended at 6th last year? I guess so.
I feel
like he was better, but I guess he did.
Sure.
What is Josh got going on?
Yeah, because I beat Josh, the 5th place king.
What does he have going on for him? I know Josh currently is planning a wedding, so congratulations. But we're going to talk about fantasy football, the important thing.
Yes.
So he was, whereas Santos was the tanker last year, Josh was the buyer. He was his dancing partner. He has given up a 3rd and a 6th, so he's missing some draft capital.
This is the reset year.
Could be. He is the OG tank doc. That's why he's the tank doc.
That's true.
So maybe we see another tank job. I mean, honestly, hold on. Wait. Just got married. Can't put too much thought into it. Maybe you just sell the rights to the farm. I would love to name his team name. 4th best Kobayashi sounds so good. But I mean, truthfully, I don't know who you keep here. DJ Hawkinson in the 8th, I think. Justin Herbert in the 13th. I mean, I guess.
Sure.
Which is very odd. I bring this up because Josh, I feel like, always has that game plan. Yeah, he always has, like, he's thinking 3 years ahead of time. Where Kessler is always preparing for the upcoming season, Josh is always talking about, like, don't worry, in 2029, you guys have no idea the keepers I'm going to. You know, like, he's like that level of, like, you know, Charlie Day on the wall, you know, like, plan. And so I don't see it. Not to say that isn't there, though. I just don't understand what's going on with this roster. Just because I don't see any really high-value keepers, and that's typically something Josh pays attention to. It's Josh's opinion. He's told to both of us that keepers are the most valuable commodity in the league. You know, above draft picks, above FAB, above draft position. If you have a good keeper, you're set the best. And there are some teams that have some insane keepers. Like, I think my keeper is good. I think I'm like 5th. You know, like, there's some really good teams.
Yeah.
And so I am kind of a little shocked to see Josh, maybe not with one outstanding, but I will say he's always got a plan. So
he does.
We'll see.
Unless he's too busy getting married.
Which would be great for the league. So
he does have 3 championships.
Yeah, enjoy your honeymoon, Josh. It can last several months. As long as you trade me all your good players. Okay, moving on. It's you.
No, not me. Oh, it is me. Oh, yeah. That's right. I beat Josh.
So I feel like you played it really smart last year. You had a team that was competitive, but maybe not the most explosive.
It was not a championship competitive.
right? But you could any given Sunday.
Oh yeah.
It was in the any given Sunday category, and so you didn't sell and you didn't buy. You just wrote it out. Guy, pay attention. And I think that there's a lot to be said for that.
You're getting an angry text.
No, guy, you know I love you. I think that I know I get it that way. Like I'm either winning or I'm out. I feel that way a lot, and not that I've really hardcore tanked, but I definitely will like try to move, like put myself in a better position to perform well in consolation. You know, like not. I know I'm not performing, and I think that your plan. I mean, you lost the first round of playoffs, but you did beat Josh with this sixth place game, so you were clearly putting up points because Josh had a very strong team. And yeah, you have all your picks. How's that?
It was great. It's been a long time since I've had all my picks because there's a good couple of years when I'm trying to, pull a 3-peat, where I'm like just dishing out picks like it's nothing, So it feels nice to have all the picks, and the draft has admittedly been my weakest part of my game, and that's partially because I have less picks. But this year I don't have that excuse, so see if we can put it all together.
I'm excited for you not to have your farm. We're talking about Bryn.
Oh, this is very true.
You cannot just trade by take everything. I mean, Ben, listen, you cannot be Bryn 2.0. You cannot, just because he's your big brother, doesn't mean you can just give him Bijan Robinson for peanut. You cannot.
And Luke's referring to this because we were talking about this. This was literally like a strategy of mine. It's like I knew going into every year, Bryn was an easier target. So I was actively targeting Bryn early in the season for his better players because I have to get him before someone. So I was going to get him.
Oh,
someone's going to get him. Yeah, I was talking about what Josh said. Josh said the same thing. Everybody knew, implicitly knew that who's going to get Bryn first. I was determined. I was going to be the first.
When you were 2
years. Bijan, Travis Etienne, and then the other year was Tyreek Hill, which you got.
I got, yes. I was able to yoink Tyreek Hill, and then I traded for Pickens back. I got Pickens back for Carson Steele and a pick. Anyway, yeah. So you don't have your farm, but you do have all your picks.
It's true.
I think the league is stronger than ever, and we can't let him win a fourth. Guys, we must, at all costs, stop him and Josh. Cannot win. They can't. Can't let it happen. Oh. Also, please don't be in my division. Okay, moving on. It's JT/Noah. So Noah ended the year, very strong team, very set on.
I mean, JT is set up here.
Yeah, he's kind of walked himself into a phenomenal situation. He's got Achane in the 10th, which is stupid. And he will not be able to keep Garrett Wilson this year, which is a bummer, but I guess that gravy train's got to end at some point. That's what we have the rules. But yeah, he has his picks. I think he's just missing a 7th, I want to say.
Yeah,
I was
7th.
looking at it. Which is, it's a 7th. And will also be in the manager draft, which we'll get to in a little bit, but he'll be able to pick his own division, which is very useful. Not that he knows the league very well. We will be sharing with you and with him and with everybody our owners' data. We have ranked all of you based on your performance, and so he'll at least have that as some sort of data. But he should be in a pretty good situation. I think his only downside is because Noah finished 4th, he will have the weakest of the draft selection. He'll only have 4 choices available. Whereas like Ben may be taking over a weaker team, but will be able to set up his now new dynasty with hopefully more of a draft strategy that he's created and not just kind of so kind of pros and cons. But I'm excited. And we talked about this earlier. Really excited for you guys to meet JT. And I think this team has a lot of potential. See how it goes. Okay. Samuel Jackson. Samuel Kobayashi. And Justin, I think we need read off your tagline. You got this.
He's not drafting first. I know Sam is scarred. So, congratulations, Sam. You're not drafting first, so hopefully you don't have to go through what you went through last year.
Poor Sam.
You want to recap what Sam went through last year?
So Sam picked first overall. He won the Constellation Championship. He said, I'm taking first overall. He went first overall, got CMC, who played a total of 2 games all year. And to Sam's credit, without his number 1 draft pick and a plethora of other injuries, I believe he was burrowed in injuries part 2.
Because he had T. Higgins, he had
Puka. He was able to trade for the Tyreek Hill situation, which was garbage for the first 8 weeks. Still finished third. Like, let's not drop the ball on this. The man still finished third. I remember distinctly week 1, right? I bought Jordan Mason because I knew I could see the future, and I knew CMC wasn't right. And I tried to trade Jordan Mason to Sam for kind of a swan song because it wasn't confirmed. And Sam said, "No, I don't need him. CMC's fine." Didn't play. And I called Sam after week 1. I said, "Hey, buddy, the price has gone up. Just so we know, but I know you're itching for Jordan Mason." And he said, "Dude, I have to put the team down." He was so broken up about it. He was like, I have set my lineups for the next 3 weeks. I have to put it down. I have to walk away. I'm not leaving permanently, but I am. It is so painful. I can't do this. And I was like, I get it. But he came back, and he came back strong, and he finished third. He's got some phenomenal prospects. I believe he pretty much has his draft capital. I think you got it
no
out.
4.27 though.
No 4.27, so that's not bad.
Workable.
Keepers wise, he has some options. I'm hoping, maybe. I don't know. We have to dive into them.
Jaden Reed's an option.
Jaden Reed could be really good.
Picked him in the 9th last year.
He'll be a 7th round keeper. I don't know where he's at ADP right now.
Can you keep Laporta again?
He could keep Laporta again. That'd be huge.
He picked him in the 11th.
Yeah, so it would be in the 9th round pick, which again would be, I think, Laporta may not be the tight end 1 as we were projecting him last year, but I think he's still a phenomenal tight end.
And he's got Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty can be kept, I think, which is delicious, especially for resident Bengals fans, Sam. And I know that it hurts him that he'll never be able to pair him and Ja'Marr Chase. Ja'Marr Chase is projected to be number 1 overall, which means he's never touched me with him before.
He will not be drafting one.
He'll not be drafting Ja'Marr Chase. But yeah, I think Sam's outlook is very high. He's obviously a very good manager. And I'm excited to see what he does now that his little brother is in the league. He's no longer the youngest Kobayashi, and maybe he can take on Ben a little bit. Okay, we talked about keepers. Earlier. Let's talk about some crazy keepers. All right. Championship matchup. Mark finished 2nd. Perennial good manager, Mark Cockrell. Mark's keepers this year are insane. I got the names. Do you happen to have the rounds? Okay, so Brock Bowers. Where can we keep Brock?
He was picked in the 9th last year.
So 7th round Brock Bowers pick. For everyone who's not aware, which I know you all are because you're all up to date, Brock Bowers is a round 2 ADP. Back end of the round. Crazy for the projected number 1 tight end. He kept himself. His other name might be crazy. Nico Collins.
Picked in the 10th round.
Which was kept. So now he can be kept in the 8th. Also projected 2nd round pick. Insano style. And this is Mark's specialty. It's Mark's specialty. He drafts his guys. He holds on to them. And they pay off. And when they don't pay off, he sends them back to the market. But when they do, good Lord. Insano. The value is maddening. And he's not slowing down. He's got all of his draft picks. The man didn't have to go buy them. He just drafted a good team. Guess what? He's going to do it again. He's going to be just as competitive. He is going to get to pick his own division. Like, in my opinion, Mark's my front runner to win the league. Just on vibes. Just on what he's got going for him. Just on the setup, what he can do. I think Mark is in a prime position to get his second chip. I'm hoping he doesn't pick me. Honestly, he might because I've sucked the last couple of years. But I'm hoping he doesn't because I don't want to deal with him twice this year. I really don't. Do you have anything else to say?
No. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said.
So yeah, good job, Mark. Not only playing last year, keeping it real for this year. I can't wait to see what you do. the illustrious. Go ahead.
Our last person to talk about is the champ.
The champ.
The champ. Ken Grenfell himself. We hope you're enjoying your champ. You're not getting it back this year.
We won't let it happen. Ken.
There can only be one who can go back to back.
Ken finally gets over the hump. Again, similar
overdue.
to Mark, always competitive, always, making the playoff push. If he's not in the playoffs, he's sitting there at the 7-8 seed. Finally got it done this year on the back of a very classically drafted roster. He did the OG. I'm going RB to start the year, and his RB core carried him through the whole year. He's got a great keeper. He's got Chase Brown super late, who's also, by the way, another second-round pick projected that he's going to be able to keep, I think, in the 8th, which is phenomenal value.
The
5th. Okay, still great. Great value. He has, as far as I know, all of his draft picks. Nothing crazy drafted away or traded away. And Ken's going to draft one. He's going to perform. He always does. He's got the best keeper he's had in years. And we're joking about you not making a run, but you're going to give your best. And I know that I don't want to deal with you. And now I feel like I said I don't want to deal with half of you guys in my division.
Well, I think it just brings up the point. Yeah. But this is which we've chatted about is that this could, like, in terms of skill level, this could be the most competitive, I guess, the highest quality year we've had, because there isn't a Brendan league where you can just we all know it's like, okay, let's go get their best player. No, that's not the case. Like, everybody's a great manager. Everybody is, and that's why that's what makes this league so great, is that when you win this league, you beat some real high quality folks who really know what they're doing, and it means a lot. I mean, that's why we don't need a prize pool, because just the fact that you won this league, I mean, that's a real testament to just some serious skill and game that we all play. So
there you go. That's our fantasy league storylines coming in. We do have one small bit for you next, but if you agree, disagree, you want to say something we missed, again, shout out in the comments, shoot me an angry text guy, whatever you want, and I'll make sure that I mention it in the next pod.
You need to get some nice text from Guy.
No, okay, to be fair, Guy, you know what, I believe it was a text, it might have been an email, but he did say something very nice to me. Because Guy,
he did say something nice to me.
He and I love one another. Okay, he and I love one another. As much as I give him some crap, I think we all know that it's in good fun. He said, "Thanks, Luke." Wait, hold on. Let me read it. Oh my gosh,
evidence.
I want to read it because he said, "Thank you for all you do as a commissioner. I know it's a labor of love, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you too." Real words from Guy. I could post this in the. I'm just checking. I didn't check it. Okay, so anyway, so that's our storyline. Please reach out. Let's talk a little manager. So we've, it's mocking season. I know that
almost.
Well,
almost
it's mocking. It's not like I'm mocking right now. I can't effectively mock, but
it's since February, right?
I guess. And so I know that we'll have, hopefully in the next week or so, we'll have our draft board set up, and you guys will be able to mock with all the keepers locked in, where you'll be, which is very exciting. I will be sending out ADP on Monday, August 11th. I hope you see this before then, but if you don't, I'd be the same day. Don't know when I'm posting this, but anyway, and then we'll lock keepers that week. But it's mocking season, and we thought that it might be fun. It's a short mock, but we thought it might be fun to mock draft you, the league. Every year we have a fantasy managers draft where, the winners of previous divisions get to pick a division. And we thought, you know what? Let's mock it. Let's see what the maybe ideal picks at all of them would be. So we do have, aforementioned, a true ranking system for all of you. Not that I believe we will follow that, because there are some narratives taken into consideration, like strong keepers, draft positioning, new storylines, that sort of thing. So I think we'll probably draw more from the storyline aspect than the true rankings. but that is some data we can consider. But Justin and I are going to kind of go pick by pick and kind of mock us out, and I think it'll be funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to it. So number one finisher overall last year was Mark, I believe. I should have set this up a tad better, but I do believe it was Mark, followed by Ken, followed by Noah, followed by Ken. Let me just confirm that. Yes, so it was Mark,
Yes.
followed by Noah, followed by Ken, will be the draft order. So Ken will get the double pick at the end of the round. Mark will get first draft pick. And if you're Mark, first draft pick, where do you think you're going?
Huh. Well, the obvious, easy answer would be Jacob.
Yes.
Because, he finished 12th.
I feel like...
But he's probably not finishing 12th again. So is that actually you want the 12th, whoever's going to finish 12th, that's who you want.
Yes.
So
you want.
That's kind of that's the interesting thing is the probability says Jacob's not finishing 12th again. So
yeah, and there's nothing to tell us that Jacob's going to have a poor season, right? Every year I feel like we go into the season, Jacob's team looks fine. You can't rely on bad luck to draft a man, right? Now, in previous years, there have been clear, obvious, targeted selections that have missing draft time or bad keeper.
Yeah.
Not so much of that, except, and I'll pose a name, and you tell me if I'm number one overall draft. Josh Kobayashi.
That was exactly. The marriage storyline.
Yes! Dude,
it started with Santos and then it went back.
Here's how you're projecting it's going to play out. Josh gets married, realizes he's got a lot on his plate, doesn't want to lose the league. Time to tank again. And who are you going to capitalize? The guy in my division. I think Josh's number one overall pick. I think I'm taking him number one overall.
I can see it.
Let's lock it in. Mark's taking Josh Kobayashi in the mock draft, number one overall. Okay. That's so funny. One of two managers with 3 rings, perennial plan master, the weakest link, the third best Kobayashi. All right. For pick number 2, it's JT. Now, JT doesn't have much knowledge of the league. He will, like I said, be getting the true rankings, and hopefully he'll be watching this episode and maybe get some insight. So, if you were in JT's position, who's the next weakest link?
It would be Ken who'd be drafted.
No, Noah finished second, or he was the second highest.
Really?
Seeding.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So then, I feel like JT would go off. You would probably go off the which would be Jake.
Which would be Jacob. I don't hate it. I think that at least having someone that you have the potential to, hopefully not have a difficult matchup 2 weeks in a row. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I think that I think JT would pick. I think.
Yeah.
And I think I probably would too at this position. Okay, so we're gonna lock up Jacob as the number 2 overall pick. Remember, Jacob, you weren't picked number 1 overall. That's Josh's on. All right, moving to Ken. Now Ken gets back to
Josh is getting.
I'm talking about January text. All right. Now Ken does get the back-to-back picks. We do snake draft, and so Ken gets to set up most of his division right here. He will get one more pick to round out. But who are the pair of players that you think you would pick here? I'm looking at the list too. I have some ideas, but go ahead. What do you think?
I mean, I don't think I would mess. If we're talking about guys who finished low last year, I don't think there's anybody else I would mess. I mean, you could maybe take the chance on Ben, unknown commodity.
I was leaning that way.
Gonna have to feel out the league, taking over a weaker Bren team. That's an option. I think you have to look at Sam, lighter draft capital, but proven manager.
Yes.
So there's no easy decisions here, I think.
Yeah,
you kind of have to really pick your poison.
The 3-4 turn, or the 1-2 turn is tough, I think. And we've already mentioned this because the league is so good, right? These are all relatively difficult decisions, but the storylines are bleeding out. Now we're just in the weeds of who do I think I may have an advantage.
Now you could be really ballsy. I don't have keeper. But you're messing with the three-time ship.
So your name was actually the one that I had circled here. So to me, I think I'm taking Justin, and then I'm doubling down, and I'm taking Guy because I know he's blowing up his team in 3 weeks. No, but I do think he did this last year. They like to butt heads. So I think you take guys who you can guaranteed set up that rivalry week, but then I would take you. I think I would take you.
Oh, I would not enjoy that. I've been in this division for like, I don't know how many times in a row. Get me out of the Ken and Guy division.
And I feel like he has a good, like, he's won your matchup a lot, is he not?
Yeah, Ken, I think, literally, I think we looked this up. I don't think I have beaten Ken ever since he's joined the league.
There you go. So I think that Ken takes you. I think it's a match made in heaven. And
Ken is my kryptonite.
Yeah. And then I would take Guy purely for the loss. Honestly, purely for the loss.
I don't like how this mock is going.
Okay, JT is back on the clock, and there's 2 names here that I think that you could consider. I think it's me.
Yeah.
Or it's Ben. So Ben has especially you've taken Jacob, who's theoretically the weakest link. Not really, but theoretically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you take Ben, the other unknown, because now you're kind of in a chaos pool. You're the unknown.
I would totally take Ben.
Ben is the unknown. Yeah. Jacob's the, we don't really know what we're getting. And so there's no like front runner. There's no weakest squad. It's kind of like this, I'm going to kind of roll with these 3 guys. I'm going to get stuck with someone at the end of this draft, but I think that I've kind of set up a chaos division.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're agreeing. I think Ben would be the selection.
Yeah, I think so. So
Ben goes off the board at the 202. To round out the second round and get the first pick of the next round, we're back to Mark. Mark's taking Josh Kobiak. Locked and loaded.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 2 picks, and he's finishing the division. Left on the board, me. Santos. Pessima. Sam. Those are the names.
Mm-hmm. Which 2 are you taking?
This is really hard.
This is very hard. I can tell you the one person I'm not messing with.
Okay, we're both going to say it 3, 2, 1.
Kestner.
Oh, okay. All right, interesting. Okay. I am concerned. Okay, well, I'm going to get Kestner because I think this is good. I am concerned that Santos has been building the tank.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a strategy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to mess with it, but let's hear about the Kestner because I don't think you're wrong.
This year for sure. Every other year, man. You can't.
You can't absolutely pick him. If you get stuck with him, you get stuck with him, but you can't actually make it's this year for sure. Oh, it's so funny.
For JT and Ben, if you don't know, Kestner historically has a great year, and then he has a bad year, and then he has a great year, and then he has a bad year.
And we're on the upswing. This is good year time for Josh Kestner. I didn't even consider that. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh man, this is tough. Okay, so I don't know if you agree about Santos, but that then leaves me and Sam, and I don't want to really mess with Sam. I don't. Maybe Sam's.
I think I would probably
take Sam.
Roll the dice on Sam. He's low on draft capital,
but he does have solid keepers.
He does have solid keepers, but you do as well. So
it's true. I think maybe actually now I'm thinking about it, Sam is one of them. Not that this isn't a comment on Sam. I think just setting up the division. I think it's your best.
I mean, look. There's like I said, there's no bad managers. In the sense. So it's like you kind of have to play it based off situation. Like previously, it's like, oh yeah, that you've got managers out there that are clearly like less ability, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. It's kind of based off position.
I agree. And storyline wise, I think So I think Sam goes to the 203.
So there's one more. So I think you take Luke?
Me?
Yeah.
I think so. So Santos and I are similarly set up in terms of we have extra draft capital. We have good, I have a good keeper. Santos has some solid keepers. I do like them. But I'm more, personally, I would rather have, I think, myself in my division. so meta to talk about. But like,
Yeah.
I'm more concerned. Okay, so he takes me. So far, 2 divisions or 1 division locked up.
Mm-hmm.
Mark's division is him, Josh, me, and Sam in the mock. Oh, I don't want to be in Mark's division. Mark, don't do this. It's a bad idea. Do something else. Take somebody else. Okay. All right. The 3-2. JT gets to end the chaos. He's got Sam. Oh, no. He's got Santos and he's got Kessler.
Yeah.
I think you got
I think so.
I think
Santos has been a little bit of a wild card.
There's
recently.
a wild card, and there's a theme here.
Yes.
Chaos. I think you guys take Santos. I would take Santos.
Which means I hate my division.
Okay, so JT's division in the mock would end him, Jacob, Ben, and Santos. That's a wild ride. I couldn't tell you how that's going to I have no idea. And then that would lock Ken into taking Kessler. Oh,
Dude, that division would be the division of death.
Ken, stud. Justin, stud. Kessler, stud. And the last guy? Oh, wait, guy. No, stud. Oh, yeah, that sounds brutal.
Don't do that, Ken.
No, Ken, good idea. Do that. Don't take me. Take Justin.
Don't do
okay.
that.
Your win rate is so good against him. There you go. It was quick. The mock draft.
Now that we brought this up, there's no way Ken doesn't pick me.
There you go. There's the mock draft. We'll see how it comes out. We'll see if we were correct. It'd be really funny if it kind of followed this line.
I would totally geek if Josh is the first pick.
I would go crazy.
Josh would be so mad.
He's so upset. Oh, all right. Well, there you have it. We will be doing more pods this season. I am not coaching, so I'll have a lot more time. Last year, I would get off the football field, get home, take a shower, grab some food, get on at like 9:30. Hopefully, that's not the situation. So definitely be potting more. And it's just me and Justin, and we need a third. We're going to be rotating more.
We will have tryouts.
You'll see your favorites, Santos, Sam, the good old boys, but we're going to rotate you guys in. We need more voices on the pod. I need Guy on the pod more because it's always a fun. And we'll get the new guys on too. Ben and JT, we will get you on in the near future.
I want everybody, honestly.
Yeah, truthfully. Literally, everyone at least has to have a week. But if we had more than one, I would. All right, anything else, my man?
That's it?
I think that's it. Hey, good luck this year. Excited to see how the draft board gets set up, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.
Peace.